A very good evening and welcome to Saturday night's edition of Weekend Primetime News here on MTV Sports. I'm Ramesh Rugal Bandara. First, a look at what's making headlines tonight. The president says that he appreciates the assistance extended by Japan towards the development of Sri Lanka. Legal action to be taken against voters who have registered themselves in several districts. A tense situation arose in the Valigepula Hatangala area following the death of an individual. 7 individuals, including a former member of the Galha Pradesh Sabha who engaged in hunting, arrested. At least 10 feared dead in Gaza airstrikes. The stories in detail now. President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that he appreciates the assistance rendered by the Japanese government towards the development of Sri Lanka. He expressed this view at a program that was organized to mark the first-year anniversary of the massive earthquake and tsunami that struck Japan last year.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa and First Lady Shriramtha Rajapaksa visited the official residence of the Japanese ambassador yesterday to participate at an event held to mark the first-year anniversary of the deadly earthquake and tsunami that claimed the lives of thousands in Japan on the 11th of March last year. Responding to a question raised by a journalist attached to the NHK media network, the president said that they expect 1 million tourist arrivals this year. The president also noted that infrastructure facilities in many areas, including Colombo, are being developed in line with this objective. Here, President Mahinda Rajapaksa made an open invitation to the people of Japan to visit the island and enjoy its beauty. The president also engaged in a cordial discussion with a group of representatives of JICA at the occasion. The Japanese ambassador to Sri Lanka had commended the assistance rendered by Sri Lanka during the tsunami tragedy in Japan last year.
Well, the Election Secretariat says that legal action will be taken against voters who have registered themselves in several districts.
Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya said that information has come to light that certain eligible voters have registered in 4 separate districts at a given time. He added that nearly 200,000 persons have registered themselves as voters in 2 districts. The Elections Commissioner noted that a significant number of persons have registered themselves in 3 districts. Meanwhile, the time period granted to individuals to rectify this problem has been extended until the 20th of this month. The Elections Commissioner stated that under no circumstance can individuals register themselves in multiple electoral lists. The communique issued by the Elections Secretariat notes that individuals found guilty of this crime should immediately remove their names from the additional electoral lists and inform the Elections Secretariat regarding their original place of residence.
Sri Lankan permanent representative to the UN in Geneva, Thamara Kunanayagam, says that multidimensional approach to development is the only sustainable path to reconciliation. She expressed this view at the general debate on the promotion and protection of all human rights at the Human Rights Council yesterday.
Less than 3 years after the end of an almost 3-decade-old conflict against terrorism and separatism, Sri Lanka considers that the multidimensional approach to development is the only sustainable path to reconciliation, which is its primary objective. Our President Mahinda Rajapaksa has continuously emphasized that economic growth must be accompanied by equity, that all people must benefit from the peace dividend, even in the remotest parts of the country. Multicultural, multi-ethnic, multilingual and multi-religious, Sri Lanka relies on a participatory, community-based, decentralized development strategy to shape a society that is best suited for the realization of the full potential of its members. Last year alone, Sri Lanka recorded an unprecedented GDP growth rate of more than 8%, reflecting an imperative transformation of a rural economy on which the majority of people depend for their livelihood. Despite progress, Sri Lanka is subject to external pressures, threats and conditionalities that continue to threaten its reconciliation process and the fragile peace without which the right to development cannot be realized. Madam President, there can be no development without effective international cooperation and solidarity as a complement to national efforts.
Meanwhile, permanent representative of Sri Lanka to the United Nations in New York, Dr. Paritha Kohana, says that a special program is being carried out at diplomatic level to counter the resolution that was tabled before the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva by the United States. He expressed this view to News First from New York.
We are very conscious of the tremendous effort being made by the mission in Geneva to counter the resolution that has been tabled against Sri Lanka. We have approached a number of missions in New York. We have talked to other individuals. We hope that as a result of all these efforts, that our goal of countering the resolution table will be successful.
Japanese Special Envoy to Sri Lanka, Yasushi Akashi, says that the government of Sri Lanka should be committed to the full implementation of the Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission report's recommendations. He expressed this view when he met with parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa, who is currently visiting Tokyo to attend an annual Sri Lanka tea and trade promotion seminar. He is also scheduled to hold bilateral discussions with key Japanese dignitaries during his stay in Tokyo.
According to a communique issued by the Sri Lankan embassy in Tokyo, parliamentarian Namal Rajapaksa held discussions with Japanese Special Envoy to Sri Lanka, Yasushi Akashi, on Thursday. He had also emphasized the important role played by the government to resettle people back in their original dwellings in the north and east. Namal Rajapaksa had informed Akashi that the reconciliation program for rehabilitated LTT cadres is progressing successfully. Meanwhile, Japanese Special Envoy Yasushi Akashi had congratulated the government of Sri Lanka for the progress being made in Sri Lanka and also stressed the importance of the strong bilateral relations between Japan and Sri Lanka. Akashi has said that Japan will always support and stand by Sri Lanka whenever assistance is needed. Namal Rajapaksa acknowledged the continuous assistance and support extended to Sri Lanka by the government of Japan over the years and expressed the need for stronger bilateral relations.
A tense situation arose in the Hatangala area in Valigapolu today. This was a result of an assault carried out by an area politician. The assaulted victim, who was admitted to hospital, succumbed to his injuries yesterday.
The youth who was receiving treatment at the Colombo National Hospital passed away yesterday. It has been revealed that the youth was admitted to the hospital on the 29th of last month after being assaulted by a politician. The victim was identified as 21-year-old Amila Pradeep Pushpakumara.
No one informed me about the details of this incident.
The assault had been carried out inside this house located in the Badullegama area. Our correspondent stated that area residents had hospitalized the youth after he was found dumped at a bus stand in the area. He had gone to his aunt's house to see some trees along with another worker. Subsequently, he has gone to Ranwala area to check a machine. It is at that point he has been dragged up to Bambaraketana. He was severely assaulted. Arrangements have been made to place the body of Amila at a house belonging to one of his uncles due to the lack of space at his residence. Residents of the Hatangala area engaged in a demonstration demanding the arrest of those responsible for the incident. During their protest march from Hatangala to Valigapala, the protesters met the ASP in charge of the area G.G. Dhanapala in the Pitakanda area along the Ambilipitiya Pallebad road. A tense situation arose when the police attempted to stop the protesters. When we made inquiries in this regard, the police stated that they suspect two individuals, including an area politician, are connected to the incident. The police went on to say that the two suspects have fled the area and investigations are continuing into the incident.
Former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca was brought to a private hospital in Colombo today to obtain medical advice from a consultant surgeon.
Politicians are behind the murder which took place in Kahawata and Tangol. Ministers and deputy ministers obtained bribes in Kalni and Gampaha. The government is turning a blind eye towards these actions. We urge the people to rally around us to stop this.
And with that, we go in for a short commercial break. Stay with News First. We will be right back.